Good morning, good morning. This morning in my studies, I read Galatians 1. In Galatians 1, Paul warns the Galatians that they are beginning to listen to a perverted gospel. They are turning away from the true word of God, the true gospel that Paul had taught them. That warning is still applicable today to us. So many of us have begun to listen to a perverted gospel. We are not studying the word of God for ourselves, and therefore we are listening to people who are speaking things that are not true. They are perverting the word of gospel. So many of us have turned from what is really true, and we want to just hear all about us being healthy, wealthy, and all these different things, and we're not listening. We're not reading, we're not studying, because the true word of God, the true gospel, is all about the fact that Jesus Christ came, he died, he rose again, so that we could have salvation, so that we could be redeemed back to him. As a matter of fact, Jesus warned us over and over that we would suffer in this life. He did not come so that you could have an easy life, so that you could be rich, but Jesus came so that you could be saved. He came for your salvation. And somehow we have taken the word of God, we have perverted the gospel. And listen here, it says it right here in 2 Timothy 4:3. For the time will come when people will not put up with sound doctrine. Instead, to suit their own desires, they will gather around them a great number of teachers to say what their itching ears want to hear. So many of us do not want to hear the true word of God. We really don't want anyone telling us what we can or cannot do. We really don't want anyone telling us that it requires studying, that it requires praying, that it requires a right relationship, that it requires forgiving one another, that it requires sacrificing. No, we want to hear a perverted gospel. But listen to what the Lord said in Jeremiah 23. He says, do not listen to what the prophets are prophesying to you. So many of us want to hear from a prophet today. They fill you with false hopes. They speak visions from their own minds, not from the mouth of the Lord. You must be careful, saints, who you're listening to. Not everyone is a prophet. Not everyone has a word from the Lord. Are you listening? Are you paying attention? And the reason that so many of us get caught up with the wrong doctrine is because we are not reading and studying the word of God for ourselves. 2 Timothy 2:15 says, study to show yourself approved. Study yourself. And then in Acts 17:11, it said the Bereans, why were they looked upon so well? It was because they studied the scriptures for themselves. Listening to somebody once a week on a Sunday morning, or listening to me in the morning before you go to work or whatever, is not enough. You must open this word of God for yourself. Get to know the word of God for yourself. Know what God is calling you to. Know what he has done for you. Stop accepting just anything, because we know that false prophets, false teachers are all around us. And the only way you will know it is if you're studying the word of God for yourself. Listen to Matthew 24:24. For false messiahs and false prophets will appear and perform great signs and wonders to deceive, if possible, even the elect. So it's not even enough that someone can perform a sign or a wonder. I'm telling you, you need to get into the word of God for yourself. Know the word of God for yourself. Ask God to open your heart and minds to receive him. Receive his word. It's all in the book. It's all in the book. Today, I want to give you the same warning that Paul gave the Galatians. Be careful. Don't accept a perverted gospel. Know the Word of God for yourself. Saints, study to show yourself approved. Have a blessed day.